Hello everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez and this is the Weekly Report, a look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. This week, Kansas City voters approved 3 bond issues to rebuild infrastructure, such as streets, bridges, and sidewalks. Residents also approved funding for flood control projects and to upgrade public buildings for compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Funds will also help build a long-needed new animal shelter.
First, we want to thank all the Kansas City residents for their support yesterday at the polls. I think it's a great testimony to the power of positive thinking and the momentum that the city has. And from a city staff perspective and from a mayor and council perspective, it is now time to get to work. The public buildings, we just had a very productive meeting with KC Pet Project and the philanthropic community. And I'm pleased to announce that we are all full speed ahead to try to deliver and have open by roughly September of 2018 a brand new animal shelter at the corner of Elmwood and Gregory. So that will be a very quick and very noticeable project. We also have some ADA compliance issues that we need to get done at Starlight Theater. And we have a museum renovation project underway at the Kansas City Museum. We would like to infuse our dollars up front so that that project can be completed again on roughly a 2018 into 2018 timeframe.
City staff is already working on prioritizing projects. During the first week of May, the city manager will recommend a balanced and strategic list of projects for the first $40 million worth of bonds. The goal is to start construction this summer. The centennial commemoration of the U.S. entry into World War I happened this week at the National World War I Museum at Liberty Memorial.
It is a great honor, and I mean that sincerely, a great honor to welcome you here. To all of you who are from someplace else, welcome to our home in Kansas City, Missouri. And we are very proud to be the home of the iconic World War I Museum and Memorial. Tens of thousands of veterans of World War I have come to remember friends and families at this memorial. In 2004, we had the great honor, thanks in large part to the efforts of Congressman Emanuel Cleaver, to designate this museum as the nation's official World War I museum. This monument serves as a symbol of the First Great War, which was fought in an effort to achieve peace and harmony in this world. Even as we join together today, we know that that mission for peace is still being pursued. Conflict still remains in many parts of the world. But today we're going to take a pause, and we're going to bow our heads in reverence and thanks to those who have lost, and to signify our thanks to those who continue to serve.
Spring may have officially started according to the calendar, but for Kansas Cityans, spring really starts when the fountains turn on for the season. This year's Fountain Day celebration is Wednesday, April 12th, starting at 5 p.m. The celebration takes place at the Kessler Park Concourse Fountain. It's located at Benton Boulevard and St. John Avenue in the historic Northeast area. The event also recognizes the 125th anniversary of our city's Parks Department. Please join us for lawn games, musical entertainment, and you can buy a picnic dinner from one of the local food trucks. For more information, visit kcparks.org. Now let's check what else is happening around city departments.
Blighted and abandoned properties are issues that communities across the country have had to deal with in recent years. Kansas City is not exempt from this issue, and its land bank program has implemented a number of creative strategies to reduce and repurpose these properties. When necessary, the city has demolished buildings that are beyond repair. The now vacant lots can then be reused in new, creative ways. This is one of those creative uses.
I'd been looking around Kansas City area for a couple of years and decided why not just buy a house, because I like to fix them up. So I came into this area and the houses are gorgeous. And then this one came up for the Dollar House project, got it and said, this would be awesome.
We were talking about the funds aspect of it, and he goes, well, I mean, it's only $1. And I had never heard of a program like that, and so we kind of just decided, you know what, why not?
Look at the construction. They're amazing. Could you imagine a house nowadays living 100 years with very little maintenance and survive like that? Whew.
I'm excited because I really like having a good amount of space.
If we can get some interest back in the neighborhood and take some of the worst houses and make them the best ones, and people start seeing and they get excited, it's exciting to think about. Where else can you move into an area and get a house for $10,000, $15,000 and live like this? It's amazing.
The Kansas City Land Bank is an agency of the City of Kansas City, Missouri. For additional information on this project or to view available properties, visit kcmo.landbank.org.
Hi, I'm Audrey DeGrandpré with Kansas City Convention and Entertainment Facilities, bringing you news of upcoming shows and events taking place in April at your city facilities. Planet Comic-Con, Kansas City's biggest sci-fi extravaganza, returns to Bartle Hall April 28th through 30th with a star-studded lineup featuring first-time celebrity guests and returning fan favorites. One of the nation's largest comic book and pop culture expos, Planet Comic-Con draws legions of fans from the world of superheroes, science fiction movies, TV, fantasy, gaming, and more. Tickets for Planet Comic-Con Kansas City are on sale now and may be purchased at their website, planetcomiccon.com. The Gospel Experience, featuring Grammy-winning recording artist Kirk Franklin, Crystal Rucker, and Toby and Tommy will be performing live on stage Saturday, April 8th at 7 p.m. at the Music Hall. Tickets may be purchased walk-up at the Municipal Auditorium box office and online at Ticketmaster.com. Ticket prices start at just $28. You're invited to attend Forks and Corks, Kansas City Harvester's annual fundraiser, on April 27th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. in the Kansas City Convention Center Grand Ballroom. It'll be an exciting evening featuring samples of gourmet food, wine, cocktails from more than 50 of Kansas City's finest restaurants and beverage purveyors. Live entertainment, a silent auction, and exclusive VIP lounge make Forks and Corks an unforgettable experience. 100% of event proceeds will go to support Harvester's mission to feed hungry people today and work to end hunger tomorrow. Tickets may be purchased online at forkscorkskc.com. Be a part of Spectrum Fantastic Art Live at the Kansas City Convention Center, April 21st through 23rd. This is a fantasy-focused art fair in which attendees can see and purchase original art, prints, sculpture, craft, toys, and more from today's top artists in the field of fantasy art. There is something for everyone, including presentations, panels, workshops, and the Spectrum 24 award ceremony. Admission is just $5 daily. For more information, visit SpectrumFantasticArtLive.com. To learn more about events taking place at Kansas City's Convention and Entertainment Facilities, visit kcconvention.com and click on the events calendar or call 816-513-5000.
Thank you all. On behalf of the Kansas City Area Historic Trails Association, thank you for coming today. This is a very key dedication on a key National Historic Trail. We talk about the National Historic Trails. There's 30 national trails, and there's 19 of them that are National Historic Trails. 11 are National Scenic Trails, Appalachian Trail, Continental Divide Trail, whatever. But 19 are National Historic Trails. You are standing right on top of 3 of these. The picture really is, if you were here in the 1840s and into the 50s, the heyday of the trails through here, you would have seen hundreds of wagon trains. I mean, a lot of traffic through here. You're standing right on the trail. Obviously, the Oregon and California trail traffic, they were going west, but the Santa Fe trail traffic, they were going to Santa Fe, and the Mexicans were coming back, or the Americans are coming back with goods. So it's a two-way highway, if you will, between nations, the Santa Fe Trail.
Partnerships. That's how we do everything. Whether it's an event like today or anything we do throughout our park system, from a programming operations side, it's always about partnerships, and we have multiple partnerships around the city, and this is another great example of that. Heidi and Jocelyn were introduced earlier. I'd also like to recognize Lewis Cummings. Lewis Cummings is our regional manager, and he's the guy that takes care of the grounds here in Penn Valley and throughout our entire central region. And then our cameraman today, and who captures all the great moments, Jesse Frazier, is in front of us. The KC Missouri Parks and Recreation Department operates under a 5-member park board that provides the leadership for organization, and we have 2 members of our board here today. We have both Alan Dillingham and Dave Mecklenburg, and I believe Commissioner Dillingham would like to make a couple comments.
And welcome to Penn Valley Park on this nice February day. This is remarkable. It's sort of ironic right now. I'm actually reading a book on the Oregon Trail, and as many of you know, Kansas City and Missouri are very rich in history, and it's just amazing on how a greater role that we played on many of these trails, and the movement toward the west. We're the major jumping off point here, so it's exciting to see this today, and I want to thank the Historic Trails Association for making this day possible. I also wanted to thank a great partner of ours in the Penn Valley Park Conservancy. They do a fabulous job taking care of one of the jewels and original parks of the Kansas City system, and we really do appreciate all their work. So thank you all for being here today. This is a great day in Kansas City. Thank you.
The Penn Valley Park Conservancy is an advocacy group for the Penn Valley Park, and it's composed of representatives who are interested in the park, and also with the members, organizations like the Federal Reserve and the Liberty Memorial who are of interest in the park. We're very excited about the monument going back in place because it was here first installed about 1910, I believe, and had been moved a couple of times, and then for the Federal Reserve. In 1893, August Meyer and George Kessler proposed Penn Valley Park as one of 3 pleasure grounds in Kansas City. They looked at Penn Ravine that was just, nobody wanted to be there. It was a valley, that's why they were up here. And then they proposed the original Penn Valley Park to stop at the cliffs and go west. But the citizens around the park wanted more parkland, and so they proposed to the City Council and got it passed through the City Council and the Parks Board in one day, extending the park over to Wyandotte and then adding this section of the park as the main entrance to Penn Valley Park from Main Street.
You know, as we reflect upon the markers before us that we're going to unveil here shortly, and the spirit and fortitude of the pioneer mother behind me, consider all those who braved extraordinary hardships in search of a reward beyond the next horizon. So may we also be so emboldened to face with courage and confidence an unknown future, and to be inspired to go beyond the valleys, ridges, and crests we'll encounter tomorrow. So thank you. Ross, I think we're ready to do some unveiling.
All right. Go.
Comida KC is the only Latin American culinary event in Kansas City, and it happens on April 20th at Union Station. And it is supported by the Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund. Here to tell us all about the event is Eric Negrete, who is the creator of the Comida KC concept. Eric, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about the event. What is the purpose of the event, and how did you come up with the idea of Comida?
The purpose of Comida is to help fundraise scholarships for our student programs through the Hispanic Chamber and the Hispanic Collaborative. The way it came about was just identifying Kansas City as a Mexican-centric city, because there's so many cultures and diversity within the Latin and Hispanic communities. I thought it was important to help educate the community at large through our foods, our music, our drinks. And so this was just a fun way to help do some good for our student programming and feed the masses.
Well, this year, like in years past, this is the fourth time that you're having the event. You have the participation of pretty renowned local chefs. How many chefs are participating this year, and can you give us an idea of what types of dishes they'll be preparing?
This year we have 17 local chefs and restaurants, and we have one international visiting chef coming from Puerto Rico. That's Chef Mario Pagan. But we also have, chefs like Michael Smith, Patrick Ryan, Howard Hanna, smaller restaurants or community restaurants such as Anita's Cuisine and Teocalli. So the chefs and restaurants have selected either provinces in Mexico as well as other Latin and Hispanic countries. And each chef and restaurant will select a couple dishes from that country or province and either recreate them or create them traditionally. And they're serving, they're tastings. So out of 18 chefs, we have 2 bites each. So there's going to be 36 different items to experience at the event.
And with all of these items, we're going to get awfully thirsty. So there's also the participation of mixologists, correct?
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
We have 8 mixologists who also have selected a country, and from that country they'll do a typical or traditional cocktail. So you'll have the 8 mixologists, the 18 chefs. We also have Mi Rancho Tequila, who's sponsoring a tequila tasting, and Sava is going to furnish the cava and wine bar. So a lot of fun. Plus live music. We'll have bands, dancing. It's a great evening to have some fun and again to do some good for our students.
How many people do you anticipate coming this year?
This year we're expecting over 800 guests.
And where do they all come from?
From all over the United States. We have guests who are flying in for the event, and most of whom are coming from the 7 counties surrounding KC Metro.
And if people wanted to find out more about the event or purchase tickets, where would they go?
We have a website, kcmo.gov. You can purchase tickets there, get more information. You can also read about our chefs and mixologists and see the various countries that everybody's representing or provinces from Mexico.
And speaking of chefs, today we are in one of the chef's restaurants, Michael Smith, who is here to share with us what he's presenting this year at Comida KC, and who is a veteran chef of the event. He has participated all 4 times. So congratulations on that accomplishment.
We can't say no to Eric Negrete.
Of course not. Of course not. What do you have for us today?
So my country, Honduras, most countries in Latin America serve some sort of ceviche, raw fish kind of preparation, cooked in citrus. And so here we've done sea bass with radishes. The spring radishes are happening right now. Cilantro, pickled cherry peppers, a little bit of onion, and then served with some chips, various chips, taro root chips. There'll be tortilla chips also, as well as plantain chips.
Wonderful. It looks delicious, and thank you for sharing this with us and for your participation in all 4 years.
You're welcome.
And for hosting us today in your lovely restaurant. And Eric, thank you for educating, not just having a fundraiser for educational purposes, but for educating the general public about Latin American culture and food. And you're also counting on the participation of Spain. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
You can make saving some green part of your spring plans. Don't forget the annual Show Me Green sales tax holiday is almost here. During the week of April 19th through 25th, and depending upon where you buy an Energy Star qualified appliance, you could receive significant savings. City, county, and state sales tax exemptions may add up. For more information, visit our website at kcmo.gov. Curbside leaf and brush collection starts in the Central Zone the week of April 10th, followed by Northland collection the week of April 17th, and South Zone pickup takes place the week of April 24th. Remember, you may leave up to 20 bags or bundles of leaves and brush on your curb on your regular trash day. The city's leaf and brush drop-off sites are also now open. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Shoto Trafficway, and 10301 Raytown Road. Drop-off is free to residents on Saturdays with identification. For more information, visit kcmo.gov and search leaf and brush. That does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, check out the city's YouTube channel where you can view our programs on demand. And be sure to follow the city and several of our departments and programs on social media via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Chris Hernandez. See you again soon.